From the entire Southwest family, we just want to say congratulations to you, our 2020 graduates. While we were scheduled to be together today with your family, friends, faculty, and staff, celebrating your accomplishments at your well-deserved graduation ceremony, we know that we must postpone these formal face-to-face festivities for the time being. However, your Southwest family decided to send you a graduation celebration message that shows you how proud we are that you've reached this milestone. In this message, you'll hear congratulatory comments from your student government president and our 2020 Distinguished Alumni recipient. While the last few weeks have certainly left their mark in our history books, I'm absolutely certain that you too have the opportunity to make your mark in history with this accomplishment, providing you with a solid foundation on which you must now continue to build. So I encourage you to take this time to celebrate, but I also challenge you to use this time to make sure you have a clear roadmap for the paths that will lead to you achieving your dreams and aspirations. Along these same lines, Hall of Fame golfer Tiger Woods said, "The greatest thing about tomorrow is that I can be better than I am today." And that's how I look at my life. I can be a better golfer, I can be a better person, I can be a better father, I can be a better husband, I can be a better friend. That's the beauty of tomorrow. Graduates, I pray your tomorrow is even brighter than today. Again, thank you for choosing to attend Southwest, and congratulations.
Family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates, my name is Lexie Bales, and I am the 2019-2020 Student Government Association President. I am truly honored to be your commencement speaker today. I know many of you from tutoring, giving tours, or just seeing you around campus, and I am truly proud of our accomplishments and excited to celebrate with you. When Dr. Wright first came to Southwest, he started a new tradition of the student government president serving as the keynote speaker for commencement. Since September, when I was first elected, I began thinking of what I wanted to speak about, but I never thought that my message would be delivered this way. While it's not ideal, this moment is special and momentous and should be celebrated and honored. Your hard work and dedication led you to where you are now. This is a day to celebrate all of the all-nighters, morning cram sessions, research papers, and assignments you procrastinated until the last minute and wondered how you even got them submitted before 11:59. I like to think of our lives as books, each year a chapter. While some of us are still on chapter 18 and others chapter 50, we are all here today together to celebrate our accomplishments. I like to think that is the amazing thing about community college. It brings you together with people you would have never met otherwise. With the recent events, I thought it would be appropriate to talk about gratitude. If you had told me in February that I would miss the 15-minute drive to campus, walking to class, or even pray that we didn't have snow days, I would have thought you were crazy. Looking back, I wish I had cherished and been grateful for those moments a little more. Time is so fragile and so easily expended. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we use them is up to us. Buddha says, "The trouble is you think you have time." My hopes for quarantine is that collectively we realize that our time is precious and we spend more of it on others, family, friends, neighbors, our community, that we use our time wisely and give back instead of hoarding it to ourselves. If you're like me, you have someone to thank for being here today. So whether it's a friend, family member, colleague, or it's yourself that pushed you to continue your education and complete your assignments, take time today to show them gratitude. I'm so thankful for the amazing faculty and staff here at Southwest who treated me like family and gave me a home away from home, even though I went home every day. I served multiple roles on campus these past 2 years and was blessed to be able to personally interact with many of you. Thank you to my student government, Phi Theta Kappa, Phi Beta Lambda, ambassador, and tutor friends. I never knew that government, business, giving tours, or helping students with statistics could be that much fun. Thank you, Southwest, for trusting me to represent you locally, statewide, and nationally. From Richmond to Virginia Beach to Orlando, I've enjoyed advocating for both Southwest Virginia and community college education. Thank you to my family who supported my decision to come back to a community college and pursue a second degree in a field that I enjoy and love. Graduation is not the end of your book. It's just the beginning of a brand new chapter. New lessons, new experiences, and new beginnings. Wherever your chapter takes you, let it take you somewhere. Let this graduation be a launching point for you. Let it take you to new heights and project you into your future. A very important man said, "All of your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them." Walt Disney put his faith in a mouse and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar industry. My biggest goal from today is that you realize your importance and how big of a difference you can make, even with small steps. So whether Southwest is the last stop in your educational journey or was a stepping stone to a transferring institution, once again, congratulations, and thank you for allowing me to serve as your 2019-2020 Student Government President.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joe Brown. I'm just up the road in Paint Lick, Virginia. And when I was asked to make this video, I was very flattered, but I was also pretty sure I picked up somebody else's mail. Before COVID, when this was supposed to be an in-person speech, quickly realized that I'm not a very strong public speaker, so I went ahead and prepared an interpretive dance instead. But I guess that'll have to wait. I clearly remember my graduation at SVCC, the parking lot beside Dickinson Hall, but I clearly can't remember the commencement address, so that takes off some of the pressure, I suppose. Thinking back, one of the most memorable things that happened to me took place in the cafeteria. Went up to the soda machine, put $1 in, pushed the button. Out came 2 Diet Cokes. The $1 spit back out, and I got change for $1. That's a true story. So as you can see, Southwest truly has a special place in my heart. When I attended Southwest, I took pretty much the same classes that you folks took. Certainly the professors are different now, except for one. I did take freshman English with none other than Dean Jerry Al Fletcher. And really, if there's one thing he taught me about writing and public speaking for that matter, and I still remember it, he would even circle it on my papers. And he would say, "Joe, please avoid excessive use of the word throbbing." And I've never forgotten that. Am I right, Dean Fletcher? Truly, the best part of Southwest are the professors, and I'm sure everyone will agree. Those folks do a great job. They've provided everyone with tons of encouragement, and for that, I can't thank them enough, and that's serious. I, again, grew up the road 8 miles from here, Paint Lick, Virginia, went to Richlands High School, and when I graduated, like a lot of my classmates, I wasn't quite ready to leave home. I wasn't sure I was smart enough to go ahead and tackle the world. So decided to come to Southwest and enter the engineering program, and in retrospect, it's probably one of the best decisions I've made, really financially, socially, and academically. I did pretty well in high school, but however, I wasn't the smartest kid here by a long shot. In my class in '91, I think there were 3 valedictorians from local high schools. I thought to myself, how am I going to compete with these smart kids? But luckily, competition wasn't the name of the game. At Southwest, we all really helped each other, developed a fantastic camaraderie. And I think in my year, there were almost 15 of us that transferred to Virginia Tech and tackled mining engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical, and civil is what I did, and everyone did just fine. My experience at Tech was great, but my closest friends there were truly the ones that came with me from here. When I graduated, the job market was pretty tight, and I was lucky to get a job down in Wise, Virginia, doing civil engineering, and first got to experience life in a cubicle. First projects were designing landfills and doing document engineering, and it really didn't take me long to figure out that designing landfills wasn't what I was cut out for. So decided to pursue medicine, which is something that was always in the back of my mind, but I never felt was attainable. But came up with a plan. I moved to Northern Virginia to be able to take a job that paid pretty well and be close to the Northern Virginia Community College system, which allowed me to go ahead and take organic chemistry at night and get the prerequisites for med school that I needed. So after I finished taking all the prerequisites I needed for medical school, I went ahead and took the MCAT test for admission and applied to school. and was just absolutely devastated when I did not get in on my first try. And that's a big crossroads. You got to decide, what do you want to do? You're going to give up, try something else, try to better your position, and go again next year. So ultimately, that's what I did. Took more night classes at the community college, more volunteer hours. And luckily, the second year I applied, I was accepted at MCV, the Medical College of Virginia in Richmond. And looking back, I can truly say that medical school was really no more difficult than going through engineering school, which includes the classes I took at Southwest. So really, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. After med school, I was happy to do my surgical residency in Roanoke, Virginia, and was close to home. And those were 5 long years of training, but they truly fly by. Surgery for me has been a career, has been a tremendous honor. And during my career, I've seen some truly amazing things, some funny things, miraculous things. There's been some tremendous highs, and also some days that are so sad. Again, I wonder what I've gotten myself into. My dad would say, if you want something, you have to work for it. Nobody's going to give you anything, and you have to depend on yourself. And certainly that is true. But I think one of the advantages we have at Southwest Virginia Community College is that we can all depend on each other. Your past professors will always be willing to help you guys, and they are more invested in your success than you'll realize. So really, don't forget where you came from and who you can depend on when you need help. And I think and hope the coronavirus has taught us that too. Another big tip, be confident in your abilities. And I've certainly always struggled with this, but you guys are just as smart as anyone anywhere else in the rest of the world. Really, we all put our pants on the same way, but be confident. If you can make it here, which you already have, you can make it anywhere. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that I'm really proud of you all, and I'm proud to be one of you all. And if you're feeling insecure about the next steps in life, remember me, a regular guy who had to park at the bottom of the hill and hoof it up there to Tazewell Hall for classes. A regular guy who had the same insecurities that some of you may have. And a regular guy with a couple of failures and major career changes along the way. And just know, if you keep trying, keep plugging along, things will work themselves out. And really, there's nothing beyond your reach. So I want to wish everyone the best of luck. Be humble and don't stumble. And thank you. Oh, and one last thing, again, I'll leave you with from beloved Dean Fletcher. When you go out off into your endeavors in the world and have to write papers and reports and give speeches, always try to avoid excessive use of the word throbbing. Thank you.